Hey guys, it's Info here. This is episode 2 of Hippostrike. Last time I made a video on Overpass discussing my theories and ideas for the map. I kind of offered some new ways to counter the meta, I guess you could say. Kind of just ideas that I had for my team that I didn't really get to execute, and I employed them into a video. Maybe other people can use them, show me how they work, you know, stuff like that. And the video was really well received, so I have decided to make a new video on Train, discussing some, again, new theories I have come up with that I haven't exactly been able to use yet. So, yeah. So I'm going to start off with some ideas for a top ladder push. So people don't really push top ladder. Like, it's kind of, it's a really hard choke point, right? But I think if you can smoke this off like that, and kind of cut off the two-way hold on the ladder, maybe like three-way hold, then you can kind of get up there, you know? So I found a few ways to smoke that actually, and one way to molly it. So I need to restart the round really quick. So the glass is there. So the first way you smoke it, or the first way I found, is for a teammate to smoke it for you. So you get into this little corner right here, and there's like a little yellow box kinda. You put your crosshair inside of it, like this, like on the top right corner, and you jump through. So like that. A little smoke top ladder. It does leave a little bit of a gap right here so they can spot you coming up. So this isn't one you want to walk up, but I still think it could be useful for you to like fly up with a flash, maybe. Maybe as you come up to it, you mollied T-con, and you come up here and you flashed it right after your teammate, not like that. And you flashed it right after your teammate threw that, do that for you. There's better ways to flash that, but generally the flash will come down right here, and you throw that, and as soon as it pops, you fly up the ladder, maybe come over here, right? Now, whenever I see the smoke, and I think of like it as a T, like if I'm at T in this position, my first instinct may just be like hold right here. But if you really think about it, if T's like see the scenario multiple times, they might come over here if no one pushes up, right? So this might be an idea to do. You throw the smoke and you have your teammates push upper B, and then at that point they'll be focused on upper B rush, right? So then like after you use it the second time, or after you use it the first time, and it's like the second time you use it, you can walk up ladder with it or something like that, you know? Because they'll push through the smoke and they'll be solely focused on upper B push, or they'll come back through the smoke and hold like this, or hold this side of the smoke, so you can fly up towards here, or just walk up towards here, I don't really know, or walk up this way and clear your upper B for your teammate to B and call for the rotate towards A. Don't really know. But the other way I found to do this is from Ebox. So let me restart it really quick. So the smoke is there, or the glass is there. So you come to this corner and you aim at the top of the teeth that the antenna makes right there, and you just throw. Now this one's like way better than the other one I showed. So it's really hard to see that. Like you can walk up the left side of the ladder and they'll be able to see you. So you can actually sneak up the first time if you use that smoke. And you can molly top ladder the same way. And I think you may be able to beat, like say the T's are doing a contact B and they're walking through halls. I think if you run a ladder, you throw this really quick, that it actually beats the T's. So say you come E-box, you don't hear anything white holes, right? You throw them out as soon as you can, you don't hear anything white holes. Then you can call like, they're not contacting B, so if they don't immediately rush through this hallway, I guess there might be an opera here, but like, you will be able to like calm to your teammates that there's no one upper halls. Or like at the stairs at least, right? If you don't hear them. So that's an idea. And coupled with this is that flash that I showed, so I don't think that was it. Like, there's a way you can flash that doesn't hit this. I was throwing it earlier, I just fucking forgot it, I guess. There you go, that one. And this will blind like anyone holding ladder, or almost anyone. Alright, so the second thing I want to talk about is some Ivy pushes, so many teams will do like a traditional execute from the dumpster here. And I found a way to counter that, kind of. And I think it can be coupled with an Ivy push if you do it correctly. So the way to molly that, say my teammate Vikex here is the first spawn. You mollies like this. So to stop an outer rush, and if they're rushing outer, you'll hear them, right? So, and you as the second spawn jumps up here after your teammate comes there. You line up this molly. Aim into the bottom of the arrow. It doesn't have to be perfect, you can be like a little bit off like that. Doesn't really matter. Then you make like a right triangle with these two corners. You just aim at the right angle. You walk through. That'll molly the entire dumpster. So that's probably the best way to molly that early round. And I think it would be your teammates coming out Ivy, or at least like land as they're coming out. So when they come out, they'll catch them falling off or like confused with their nades out right here, right? So I think that's kind of a good play to do. And if you catch them late round, if you have a read that they're doing a late round, there's another way to throw it from heaven. If you break this glass and then you kind of leave a gap between the left side of the wall here and the guard tower, you just aim it at this corner and you run through. Now it's not gonna molly the whole dumpster, but it'll molly like these two spots which are really popular to throw nades from, and it should also tick this guy. There's a smoke from here that smokes center bomb, so there's that as well. Now alright, so now there's also another smoke I want to show that lands right here. You could probably throw them together, honestly. So instead of your first teammate throwing that molly, you can throw the smoke, which is thrown from here, and it'll land right there. So with that smoke, a guy up here can watch the cross, but if it's mollied, he obviously can't be up here. So I think that can be decent play, or maybe even just the smoke alone, right? So if you smoke it alone, your teammate should be able to walk up the left side here. I'm not 100% sure on that actually, but you could also flash them off, do a bunch of things to go around that guy, right? Oh, not a flash like that. Oh my gosh. But I think the smoke could also help. So the way I throw the smoke is, whenever I come out Z, you aim under the left AC unit there, like kind of at the top of the red turn. And you swing around off of the angle right there, just to be safe. And you run up, and once your crosshair hits the bomb train, you throw it. So, like that. Now this smoke is kind of finicky. Sometimes it lands inside of here. But I'd recommend just throwing it a bunch and kind of getting your groove. There are times where it'll bounce off of this wall, and it still lands at the same spot, so that's fine. But yeah, I think that smoke can be useful, just because like people don't really use much utility for an Ivy push other than like just a flash or a deep smoke to kind of sneak around. Like most of the time, people they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna push Ivy," so they just flash, and that's all they throw, right? I think throwing some extra utility with it can be really useful, and this roof is kind of helpful for that, for the smoke at least, and the molly. you can be uncomfortable with them only, especially if they're rushing outer a lot. So I wouldn't recommend it in most situations. But if you have a hard read that the T is like super execute heavy, and they have this sick execute from on top of the boxes that takes a little bit to line up, or they wait a few seconds at the beginning of the round, I think you can get it off before they actually throw it, and it'll either force them to throw it instantly, like when they're not ready to, or it forces them to come off and be completely out of position after taking some damage, right? So I think it's definitely a really unique play that you could do to change up the pace of the game, I think. Just like pushing two guys IV while you have the two guys towards bomb train doing whatever the fuck they're doing, right? And I think that could kind of ward them from, like, make them super paranoid at least of the molly, right? Or an IV push. Now the last thing I want to talk about is kind of this new way to throw nades I came up with. I probably didn't come up with it, there's probably people who have discovered this already, but like the way a jump throw works with the ladders is really interesting. So whenever you're on it, the jump like affects the smoke, right? But like since whenever you jump off the ladder, it always launches you perpendicular to the ladder. It's kind of like weird. It's like if I aim right here, the smoke will go somewhere over here, right? Oops. Or more to the right, sorry, I'm retarded. But like, yeah, like, it doesn't go where you're aiming. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's kind of like this idea dawned on me to hold B with. So if you stand on this ladder and you kind of make it so you can see that corner right there while you're on the ladder, and you have a molly out, you can aim like this, and as soon as you see feet, you can jump through a molly. It'll molly pop dog, right? Now, I think this can be like a kind of cool way to hold B early round at least. Or maybe you have 2B, and you have a dude holding your upper from oil or something, and that's where you're holding lower from. Now, it's probably not super safe like late round, or even on gun rounds, but like anti-ecos or early round, I think this can be an interesting way to play B, just because like, as soon as you throw the molly, it launches you towards pop dog, which you can cross the summit, and I think you can actually do all that before they can be out and peeking you, right? So like, say you're here, the molly lined up, you see a foot, and you throw it. Don't quick switch like me, just throw it. Like, I think you beat anyone trying to rush out, right? And usually people throw nades, if they're contacting, they're walking, and they haven't seen that you saw them yet. So, you probably beat them anyways, right? So you react, and you get to this position before they're crossing sight, right? And they're mollied off, so they're kind of fucked. So, I think that's kind of a cool way to do that. And like, you can probably do something with this ladder too, where like you're looking lower. If you see shit, I don't know, dude. Like, there's kind of some cool ideas with that, I think. So, yeah. If you guys like find nades using that, let me know. I think it'd be really cool. This map is probably one of the most useful for that mechanic, just because there's so many ladders, right? I don't think there's any map like this that has as many ladders, at least. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I have. There was one way I found. If you line up on this wall, I guess it doesn't be like super perfect, but you just throw it off this door. You can one-way the bomb. It's really hard for CTs to see. So that's kind of an after plant smoke. If you're stuck upper, and maybe you have a smoke molly and you want to save your molly, just throw that, and then once you have them defuse, you can molly, and peek with it, and shoot them. I don't know. Just interesting things. So yeah, that's about all I have for train. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this episode. I'm not sure what map I want to do next, so if you have a map in mind, let me know. I know one person requested cash, but That's one map that I think has been beaten dry. It's really hard to find new stuff on the map, so yeah, I'm still trying though. I'm giving my effort to finding stuff for cash. Found a few things, so we'll see. But yeah, let me know if you guys do this stuff, and yeah, leave any feedback or suggestions you have in the comments for improving my videos. Thanks. Bye bye.